Welcome back to Publicized Theory Podcast, the place where I talk about self mastery, self development, and concepts that'll help all of us become the best version of ourselves. Today, we're taking a little spin on publicized theory and we're going the financial route. How we all can create healthy financial habits that'll help us reach the financial goals that we want, have the savings that we want, be able to invest in the things that we want, and ultimately become financially independent through time, of course, with conscious habits that will overall better our financial health. I know for me, my relationship with money has not always been the best. Previous years, I was not a conscious spender, not a conscious saver, and really not one who thought twice about spending my money on things that I wanted. But through time, I realized that if I really want to reach the goals that I have and ultimately create that financial independence for myself, there are a lot of things that I need to work on. There are a lot of unhealthy financial habits that I need to eliminate. Now, if you are a person who is listening that may not have extra income to save or extra income to invest, and you are literally living paycheck to paycheck, or for the most part, every dollar is stretched thin, where you may have some cushion, but it's not a whole lot. And with the extra cushion that you have, you obviously want to do something that's more gratifying in many ways, whether it's buy yourself something, experience something, so on and so forth. For those of you who fit into that category, there are ways where you can look for opportunities to scale and grow your income. If you're at a job, you can look for promotions within the field that you are working in. You can ask for a raise. You can see what opportunities exist within the company. You can also become a gig worker, which is extremely popular right now in the form of Uber Eats, DoorDash, Amazon. It doesn't sound very sexy and appealing. Trust me, I know that. One, it means that you're working multiple jobs, and two, it means that you have less time for yourself. Now, let's be real. Who wants to do that at the end of the day? Work multiple jobs, have less time for themselves, and not have a lot of fun in the process. It is a sacrifice, and I'll be the first one to acknowledge that. It is a sacrifice. However, in the day and age that we live in, sacrifices need to be made at some point in time. It can be early on in your life or later on in your life. At some point in time, sacrifices will need to be made. If you want to get ahead and you want to begin to tackle your financial health and be in some ways financially independent, right now is the best time to make those sacrifices. Right now is the best time and the most optimal time to get things in order so that the future you will, one, be grateful, but two, have more time, have more experiences, and have the peace of mind knowing that I can go out and purchase something for myself without having to worry about what I need in order to pay my bills, to save, to invest, etc. For me personally, what it boiled down to was understanding what I was bringing in, understanding what I actually needed to a T to live, to survive. That's bills, that's food, that's obviously rent and all the other fixed costs that comes with living. Specifically, step one in building healthy financial habits is build a conscious spending plan. Now, a conscious spending plan divides your spending into categories. You have your fixed costs, which consist of your lifestyle purchases, your rent, your groceries, your utilities, and anything that fits under that fixed cost umbrella. And that typically is 50 to 60% of the spending plan. The second category would be your savings. How much of your income can you comfortably save? Now, it doesn't have to be a glamorous amount. It doesn't have to be hundreds of dollars a month or a week. Whatever it is within your spending plan that you can allocate towards that, you should. And that is typically 5 to 10% of your spending plan. The next category we dive into investments. How much are you comfortably willing to invest, whether that's stocks, whether that's crypto, whatever other investments that are out there, your 401k, if your employer offers a 401k, which many employers do in corporate America, and for the most part, they will match your contribution. So if you invest an X amount, they will match that for the most part up into a certain point for some companies, and for others it's 100% matched throughout your entire employment, which is great. You can also take advantage of that. And the last component of the spending plan will be your guilt-free spending. And that can range anywhere from 20 to 35% of your spending plan. Now, I break it down into percentages because when you're dealing with money, it's best to break things down in terms of percentages because it's an easy formula that you can plug in and understand, okay, I make X amount, 50% goes here, 10% goes here, another 10% goes here, another 25 goes here, and another 5 goes here. You already have that formula where every month it becomes clockwork in terms of what's being distributed in each category. That is huge because you'll be surprised when you run the numbers on your monthly spending, how much money is literally walking out the door and how much potentially unnecessary spending is happening every month. You want to be aware of the money that's coming in, especially the money that's going out. A second component to building the conscious spending plan is making sure that all of your accounts are linked so that this spending plan could flow seamlessly every month. What I mean by that is your checking should be aligned with your savings, your investment accounts should be aligned with your checkings, so on and so forth. And what you want to do ultimately is have everything automated. Once your money comes into your account, you want to have those transfers automated. And it doesn't have to be all in one day. Obviously, most people get paid bi-weekly, so you would have scattered dates throughout the month where money is coming from your checkings into your savings. Money is leaving your checkings into your investment accounts. Money is leaving your checkings into a guilt-free spending account where down the line, if you do want to make a purchase, you're comfortable in making that purchase because you saved enough for that purchase. The beauty of automation is you don't have to think about it. You don't have to, quote unquote, worry that your investments are not being fulfilled, your savings goals are not being executed on. Money grows hand in hand with automation. You want your finances automated. Trust me, it's the best way and the best approach to reaching your true financial goals. So, building the conscious spending plan and automating those processes for that spending plan will allow you to build those healthy financial habits. And don't get me wrong, the spending plan is also in many ways a budget. Do you have to, jot down every transaction every month? You don't, but I extremely recommend it because there are a lot of loose purchases, whether it's a quick coffee or a quick bite to eat when you're out, or you all know the spending habits that you have. So I really don't need to give too many examples because at the end of the day, in many ways, spending money feels good, especially if you're purchasing something that you desire in that moment. So you're going to always receive that dopamine effect when that dollar leaves your account or when that, bill leaves your hand. We all want to achieve financial independence in some way, shape, or form. To break down financial independence, it's essentially when your money makes you enough money to cover your expenses. That's when you become financially independent. When you're no longer working for your money, but your money is working for you. It may seem like a daunting task because in many ways it is. Securing income, building wealth, or just having financial independence, even on a micro level where you're making more than you're spending. It doesn't have to be, your money making money for you to that extreme, but even just having income that exceeds your lifestyle expenses. Which leads me to another point is, what are your lifestyle expenses? Are you spending too much in one particular category that you can cut back on? Are you not allocating enough money to things that can potentially make you money? At the end of the day, that is somewhat of an investment. With that category, the investment category, it does not have to always be traditional investments. It doesn't have to be your 401k, which I still recommend because of the match. It doesn't have to be crypto. It doesn't have to be the stock market, which does provide gains, of course, but is very cyclical like any other traditional investment. But it can be an investment in yourself. It can be buying that iPad that you need to start your business, or to become a gig worker and be a freelancer. It can be to buy that equipment that you need to fulfill your talent or the skills that you have. It does not have to be traditional investments. It can be individual, tailored investments for the goals and the skills and the talents that you possess. And that is essentially what the 10% of your spending plan can go towards. So don't look at investments as, always traditional. You are an investment. You can consider yourself as an investment, and purchasing those things that will facilitate you being able to secure more income through time is 100% an investment. I hope that in some ways allows you to think about your finances this weekend. Think about how you can create your conscious spending plan. Think about the percentages for fixed cost investment, savings, guilt-free spending. Link your accounts, automate your finances, and watch your money grow. Again, if you are stretching every dollar at the moment, begin to seek opportunities to secure more income. You do not have to plateau your income, especially if there are opportunities around you that you can take full advantage of. We all want to be financially independent. We all want to not have to essentially worry about finances. And you can begin that journey today in understanding your financial health just a little more and building healthier habits today that would allow you to grow your money, save, invest, and ultimately become financially independent. With that being said, thank you for tapping into another episode of Publicized Theory. If you are a weekly listener, I greatly appreciate it. Please always provide your feedback, rate, share, subscribe to YouTube if you haven't already. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have an amazing weekend. As always, continue to stay safe and stay blessed.